Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're doing something a little different.
Yeah.
Instead of, the usual big national reports, we're going hyper-local. We've got this really comprehensive digest covering pretty much everything in Mansfield, Texas news, civic life, culture, sports, the works.
Right. And our mission here for you, the listener, is to cut through all that local detail. We want to pull out the key developments, the policy ideas behind them, maybe some surprising cultural bits, and turn this broad report into something, well, actionable for you.
Okay, let's dive right in. The quick news scan is interesting. First up, a train hit an 18-wheeler downtown, 300 block of North Street.
Oh, wow. Anyone hurt?
Fortunately, no. The driver got out just in time. But it serves as a stark reminder, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And the authorities pointed out, see that number posted at the rail crossing, that emergency number? Use it. It's that kind of micro-level readiness that matters.
Good point. Then there's a follow-up on that former Newman International Academy employee case.
Yes, the child pornography allegations. What's the update?
Well, the Tarrant County grand jury returned a no bill back on August 27th.
Okay, and it's important for you to understand what no bill means legally.
Yeah.
It signifies that the prosecution felt there wasn't enough evidence to actually bring formal charges.
Right. Doesn't mean exonerated, but it means the legal case, as it stood, couldn't proceed based on the evidence threshold.
And the authorities were clear the alleged incident didn't involve students or happen on school property. That's a key distinction.
Definitely. Okay, now let's shift to the future because this next bit sounds huge. Mansfield aiming to become a mini Hollywood.
It sounds ambitious, right? But yeah, they're talking about a 75-acre film and entertainment complex.
75 acres. Who's behind this?
It's led by Angel Gracia, a Venezuelan-American filmmaker, through his company Super Studios USA. And it's not just like a couple of empty buildings.
What's included then?
2 big movie sound stages, plus rehearsal studios, restaurants, even townhouses.
So a whole complex.
Exactly. And maybe most significantly, a trade school. Training writers, directors, crew, right there.
That signals they're serious, doesn't it? Building a local talent pipeline.
It really does. This isn't a fly-by-night thing. The timeline shows that, too. First phase, 25 acres, starts around March to May 2026. Takes about a year.
And the whole thing.
Looking at roughly 5 years to complete the entire 75 acres, it's positioned as a major economic engine designed to attract big productions.
Wow. Okay, and speaking of bringing new things to town, North Texas Soccer Club is officially in Mansfield now.
Yeah, they had the ribbon cutting for their temporary place on Regency Parkway. Lots of local leaders there. Mayor Michael Evans sounded pretty enthusiastic. The NTSC general manager basically said, Mansfield's our home now. They'll use this spot until the new permanent stadium is ready, which should be early 2026.
Interesting. So you've got this major film studio project kicking off and a pro soccer team moving in, both looking at 2026 milestones.
Put some pressure on the city, right, to keep up with infrastructure, services. Everything needs to scale.
Which leads us perfectly into our next section, civic leadership and policy. Let's talk about Junior Ezionu. He's a Grand Prairie City Councilman, but connected to Mansfield.
Yeah, he's one of the area's 40 under 40, lives in the Mansfield ISD boundaries, even used to sub in MISD schools.
And he's made quite a splash, hasn't he? Young guy, first African-American at-large council member there since the 90s.
Very much so. He's only 26. And his approach seems very focused on tangible results, things that directly impact residents' quality of life.
Like what? What are the key accomplishments highlighted?
Well, first, he tackled wages for city employees, pushed successfully to raise the minimum.
To what level?
$15 an hour for part-time staff and $17.82 for full-time.
That's a significant bump. Who benefits most from that?
The sources pointed to folks working in parks, libraries, essential services, also young people maybe getting their first jobs, and seniors relying on part-time city work.
Okay, so a direct economic boost for those workers. Did the sources mention any budgetary concerns or pushback?
Not really. The focus in the material we reviewed was squarely on the positive impact, framing it as boosting local economic stability for those workers.
Got it. What was his other big achievement?
Transit. And this ties back into that growth pressure we mentioned. He championed the Via Grand Prairie rideshare system.
Oh, I've heard about Via. How's it doing there?
Amazingly well, it seems. Rides are just $3, and they're averaging 14,000 rides per month.
14,000. Wow, that's huge utilization.
It really is. And it's smart because it connects people to key places. UT Arlington, DBU, TCC, Dallas College campuses nearby. It's like on-demand public transport without needing, billions for light rail.
So very practical, popular solution. What's the takeaway from his success then, his philosophy?
His advice to residents basically is, don't sit back. Stay involved. Vote. Show up to meetings. Hold your elected officials accountable. If they're not delivering, vote them out. It's your city, your country.
Powerful message. Okay, let's shift from civic accountability to something very practical, getting your house ready, specifically for winter.
Ah, yes. The specter of Snowmageddon. Texans remember 2020 all too well.
Definitely. The advice here really hammers home the need for generators in Texas. Why? Because the grid reliability during extreme cold has been problematic.
Problematic is putting it mildly. People went weeks without power during freezing temperatures. So generators are less a luxury, more a necessity for resilience.
So what kind of generator do you need?
It depends, right? The key is sizing. Are you just trying to keep the fridge, freezer, and maybe a heater running? Or do you need the whole house powered, which could mean up to a 26 kilowatt system?
Okay.
And there's a crucial tip here for pool owners. You need generator backup. Those pumps have to keep running or the pipes freeze and burst. We're talking potentially thousands, even tens of thousands in damage.
Ouch. Good point. But they also highlighted another critical upgrade, didn't they? Beyond just generators.
Yes, whole house surge protection, and not just those little power strips you plug your computer into.
You mean at the main electrical panel?
Exactly. Panel level protection. Think about what you're protecting now. Expensive AC units, smart fridges, ovens, maybe even an EV charger in the garage. These are major investments.
Makes sense. Are these common now?
Becoming so. In fact, the National Electrical Code now requires surge protection for all new home construction. That tells you something about grid instability and the value of modern appliances. It's a recognized risk.
Okay, solid advice there. Now, moving from protecting our homes to protecting ourselves mentally, there was some good advice from Angel Biasotti at Methodist Mansfield.
Yeah, focusing on connection and gratitude. Simple but powerful stuff.
What's the core idea behind connection?
Basically, we're not designed to go it alone. Nobody heals or thrives in isolation. Connection is essential for mental well-being.
So what does that look like practically?
It doesn't have to be complicated. The advice was things like, send a quick text, make a short phone call, invite someone for coffee. Just a simple, hey, I was thinking of you. It can make a huge difference.
And gratitude, how does that fit in?
There's solid research behind it. Practicing gratitude, actively thinking about what you're thankful for, can lower stress, improve sleep, even boost your immune system.
And the suggestion was just write things down.
Yeah, like jot down 3 things you're grateful for each day. Doesn't take long. The point is that effective mental health practices can be really accessible.
Good reminder. Okay, since this digest came out in early October, we kind of have to talk about the cultural calendar. It seems packed.
It really is. But instead of just listing dates, we can see sort of a dual focus in Mansfield's October culture.
Oh, what's that?
On one side, you've got this deep reverence for history, and on the other, really high energy, kind of spooky community fun.
I like that. So history first.
Right, like the Founders Day Festival on October 4th. It's the 5th annual one held at the Mann House. Takes you right back to the 1800s.
What happens there?
Period costumes, blacksmiths, potters, basket weavers doing demonstrations. Hands-on stuff too, like candle dipping, period dancing, live music. It's very immersive.
Sounds cool. Free to get in.
Yep, free admission. But parking's tricky. You have to use shuttles from downtown lots. They'll have food trucks, though.
Okay, so that's the historical side. What about the spooky high-energy side?
That's the Haunted Mansfield theme that runs through the whole month. They're really leaning into Halloween.
Like how?
Well, the Wallace Hall Art House, which is historic itself, becomes the Wallace Hall Art House. It's an artistic take on a haunted house walkthrough on weekends.
Interesting blend of art and scares.
Exactly. And they're even doing ghost hunts in places known for being haunted.
Seriously, where?
The Wallace Hall Art House, again, on October 10-11. The Mann House, the Founders Home on October 17-18. And the Far Best Theater on October 24-25, which the Digest calls the most haunted spot in Mansfield.
Wow, okay. So actual ghost hunting opportunities. What else is going on? Big community events.
Huge ones. Haunt the Block on October 16th is this massive downtown trick-or-treating event for families. Apparently over 4,000 people came last year.
4,000, that's enormous.
Right. Then for adults, there's Crawl the Block the next night, October 17th. It's a progressive dinner starting at the Wallace Howell Art House.
Okay, something for everyone.
And reflecting the community's diversity, there's Requiem on October 18th at the Farbes Theater. It's a Dia de los Muertos celebration with folklorico dance and music.
Nice. And one more Halloween at the house.
Yeah, October 25th at the Mann House. Free, old-timey night picnic vibe. So yeah, history and spooky fun side by side all month.
Busy October. And we can't skip this quirky detail. October 4th is apparently National Taco Day, National Vodka Day, and National Cinnamon Roll Day.
And National Golf Lovers Day. Quite the combo.
Makes you wonder who decides these things. Okay, so related to Vodka Day, there's a cocktail recipe.
Indeed. For your sophisticated Halloween parties, perhaps. A Milky Way martini.
Milky Way, like the candy bar.
Apparently named after the old malted milk drink. Not the Galaxy or the candy bar directly, but it sounds decadent. Vanilla vodka, dark creme de cacao, caramel liqueur or syrup, and half and half or heavy cream.
Sounds like dessert in a glass.
Pretty much. Smooth, creamy, definitely a treat.
All right, what a tour through Mansfield life. Let's quickly recap the big takeaways for you, the listener.
Okay, first, the future's being built. That massive Super Studios USA film complex, with its 5-year plan, signals serious long-term economic and infrastructure shifts are coming.
Second, local politics can be really effective. Junior Reziona's work shows that pushing through a living wage hike, championing that incredibly popular Via rideshare system, real results.
And third, practical readiness is vital, especially in Texas, thinking about winter prep now, considering generators, and definitely looking into that whole house surge protection. It's becoming standard for a reason.
Excellent summary. Now, something for you to mull over from the source material, a bit of local history trivia.
Ready, here it is. What was the name of the family-owned full-service filling station that sat on the corner of Main and Broad Streets for 50 years? It had its grand opening way back in 1951.
A good one to look up. And finally, our provocative thought to leave you with, connecting these threads of development and policy.
If local leaders in a place like Mansfield can land multi-million-dollar film studios and roll out innovative solutions like that via a rideshare program.
What's the next piece of overlooked local infrastructure or maybe community policy that you should focus on advocating for to drive meaningful change, especially with all this growth coming?
It brings it back to that civic accountability, as Ionu talked about, right? Keeping leaders focused as the city evolves.
Exactly. Food for thought.
That's all the time we have for this deep dive. We hope you feel well informed about the pulse of Mansfield and maybe sparked some ideas.